basically forced ascension into godhood. So.
God, you better use this iPhone, or you're just gonna be behind the times.
Right, which
Or you're just not gonna be so cool now, are you?
Nope.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
I control what's cool, God.
I want to see how this argument goes down.
Oh my gosh, it feels like forever, even though it was only a couple weeks.
Cool.
We're so spoiled with the regularity of this group.
We really are. Everybody is surprisingly good at it. I was just talking to a friend of mine who's DMs another group, and he's like, "Yeah, we haven't played in a month. My other group hasn't played in like a month and a half, and we're trying to figure it out." And I'm like, "That blows."
That really blows.
What else do you have going on?
Yeah.
It really is just like
right.
Who wants?
That's when you have the.
Who wants to play? That's what it is.
Yeah,
I think
at that point you just toss up the meme.
Oh yeah. It's like it
does.
It's like going
what do you want
to like a bowling club or something. It's just on Thursday nights, guys. That's it.
It's true.
Yep.
Cool.
Thursday nights are booked.
D&D to bowling. Never thought I would do that.
We bowled yet in D&D. I'm waiting for that puzzle dungeon.
Oh.
Is that a game? I don't even know if that's
gonna be now. Bowling is old as shit, so maybe.
We could.
I mean, how simple of a game is it?
I roll ball.
Yeah.
Knock over stick.
I mean, it's kind of like Fireball into a group of people, right? Like that's.
Luke's brilliant bowling ball.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Well, here we are.
Here we are doing D&D things. So, last time, our intrepid band of adventurers, Storm Animus, had recently teleported the great city of Taviran back to the material plane after a long period of time in the Feywild, fighting various cult leaders and monsters in the Feywild, along with fairies and other Fey beings. You managed to return it to the material plane and convince Yakan, presumably the only left, or the only leader from the original Circle of Five, to remain. You convinced him to start connecting to the rest of the world, and you set up his ward, Zordon, as an ambassador to your hometown, Gagari. Aaron secured a bunch of paperwork involving the various resources that Taviran had available to barter with and trade with. And Gabriel, you managed to collect the group and teleport everyone back to Gagari. You also agreed to let Elodie, the nymph that you had helped, you allowed her to start living with you. So now you have a kind of like an herbalist living with you. And you did a bunch of shopping as well, kind of selling things you didn't want anymore and buying a few other items. Gabriel then, after a day, cast Legend Lore on an orb that you guys had been sitting on for quite some time. The orb was left to you by Husin, a druid and warden of the wood who had been spending most of his life attempting to figure out what was going on with the orbs, like trying to locate a way of releasing the spirit that was contained within it. And you also knew that the orb was somehow connected to this dark figure deep in the past. So now, since I had weeks to work on this, I'm actually formalizing a date and year.
Oh shit.
And I will be attempting my best to really know what day it is. I'm not giving any fancy names to the days of the week. However, the months are going to have different names, and this is the month of night, as in like nighttime, and it's the 8th month of the year 2999.
I need to make a calendar.
Say that one more time.
It's the month of night, which is the 8th month of the year, and the year is 2999. And just for simplicity, all months have 30 days in them.
Nice. There's 12 months.
And 12 months, yes.
Okay.
8 months.
We have 800 months.
You said it was
Winter
the month
lasts
of
a
nights.
long time. You thought Wisconsin was dead.
Mud season lasts 10 years.
And it's the 4th of this month. The 4th day in the month of nights.
Month of nights.
Maybe that's like vernacular. What is today? Today is the 4th day.
Do you, by chance, know the name of all the months?
No.
Okay, that's totally fine. I'm just trying to
It took
track
him
it.
2 weeks to think of month of nights. Okay, give him time.
See, this is
Alright.
how this campaign is built. Like, I only do things exactly when you need them.
Right.
Otherwise, I would disappear into a hole and never come out, and it'd be bad.
And do we have a year?
Isn't
Did you
your-
say year?
Yeah,
Isn't your
the year
room
is
in the basement?
2999.
That's so old.
29. Do we know of any prophecies
Funny,
now?
I-
Now that we know what year it is, have we heard of any prophecies where the world is going to end in the
Year
year
3000.
No.
Okay, good. All right.
We could write one. No.
That's true. Now that we know dates, like Aaron could start a false prophet thing going on. We could make a lot of money.
Yeah. Why
What does Creed say in the office? I've been in, what is it? Something about cults. I've been a follower and a leader. You make more money as a leader, but it's more fun as a follower.
It's more fun.
Oh god. Oh god.
Okay, so we begin today's game in the evening, just after you had all just finished talking around the table about the recent encounter with Brinther's spirit, who had emanated from the orb and given Aaron Wayland a vision of his last moments in life. And then he faded away. So, Storm Animus, as you are in the Alamo this evening, what would you like to do?
Probably drink.
Do we know where in the woods this happened?
We know it was Bryn's. Are we in character? Are we in character?
What are you saying?
Slipping in.
What's my motivation? Yeah.
What's going on themselves?
Well, we already discussed what's going on, if I recall.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. We were gonna go try and find the wardens, if they
Yes.
knew where this place was.
Right. And Bryn's home is unknown to us. We know it's in big ass woods.
Grove there.
It's pretty big. You're right. It could have been called the Big Ass Woods, but if you've ever been there, it's really not that pleasant. And it's really pretty overgrown. So Wretched Grove is what they went with.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's right. I read a different history book. Sorry.
You can read.
Of course I can. But I drew up legal documents.
Oh, sorry.
You can read?
Reading.
Right. Jesus. He knows one number in Abysmal, and he thinks he can read.
I can
Abysmal.
count to 6 in Abyssal. Thank you very much.
Right. Too bad there's 9 hills, so you better get on that.
It doesn't help. We get lost at some point.
Alright, so
We do know that if there's commune, I don't know what village, commune, hovel, shining metropolis was in the Wretched Grove, which is also where the Wardens of the Wood are of. So we need to go there, and essentially need to go there and poke around. I don't know, maybe start a forest fire, get their attention. I don't know.
I mean,
Something
they
tells
found
me
us the
that's
last
a good
time.
way to piss them off.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, how'd they find us last time when we went there?
They found us. We found Zin. Zin found us. It- if I recall, and this might be in much older notes.
What happened was Zin interrupted fight you were having with a giant snake, and then after the
Sorry, we were rudely interrupted, if I recall.
and after the Hydra got killed, he performed a ritual and eventually a giant wolf showed up. That was actually a warden.
You mean like giant wolf that might have given me this fancy handkerchief? And I do have that. We were like taken care of by a giant wolf at one point.
Oh, on the way to the
Indeed.
town.
No. Way to the place where we were doing the thing.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
As adventurers do.
It's been a long time.
It was a while ago.
I mean, that's why
It
you
was a
have.
while ago.
so there was
That's why
a
you
white,
have haphazard notes.
there was a
that
white
was-
dire wolf that dropped some supplies off to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Way back
Mhm.
when you were in the mountains, the Zal Mountains of
Yes.
Gagari, and we're going to that orcish stronghold.
Indeed.
God, yeah. That was
Thought
a
that-
Been a
while ago.
minute.
I thought that was Gabriel's first trek out with this menagerie.
I don't remember. I don't remember when you came in.
Yeah, I don't.
Weren't you playing somebody else
No. I don't
in a
think so.
cage outside the Orcish stronghold?
That was
No,
a hobgoblin.
That was down in with Aaron's when you were doing that campaign down in Aaron's
Hometown.
Oh
hometown.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was still with Zach when Zach was still playing.
I think you're right.
That White Wolf came around.
Yes.
That was a while
Indeed.
ago. Oh my god.
Is it? I have. Yeah. Lots of old stuff. Taking a stroll
So,
through memory lane.
Is our plan to go to the Wretched Grove and just poke around? I know the Raven Queen said that she can't see it somehow. I mean, I'd imagine those two things are probably
Aye,
intertwined.
it is
Do we?
indeed. If you know,
Can we
she
use some
can't
sort of
see it. That
Can we use some sort of divine compass to let us go wherever. I don't know what kind of relationship you and the Raven going to have, you know. So, but I mean,
A
if she
pretty good one. We
Oh.
danced once.
okay.
Did that handkerchief belong to one of the wardens?
I assume.
I have an idea then. May I see that?
Well, we got that from the wolf, right? Supplies were wrapped in that.
Mm-hmm.
The handkerchief.
Is it?
So
Yeah, big wolf.
But
Big
yeah, I'm
white
guessing
wolf.
it would be. It's going to lead us to something.
May
Yeah.
I see it?
Probably. Yeah. Yes. Oi. And where I keep it. Let's say I keep it in my gauntlet. I just whoosh. Immersion. All yours.
I'll take it, then I'll look at it, and I will sit down and using it as a focus. Or wait, hold on. Do I have that prepared? Shit, I don't have it prepared.
Well, we got a long way to get there. So
We could do it tomorrow.
Yep, I could do that tomorrow. I could look at and see if we recognize where whoever gave this to you is, and then once I see them, I have another spell that literally gives us the fastest path to it.
Teleporty thing.
Not a teleport, but it will show us the most direct path to get there.
We could get
Roughly.
Lannery and just go over everything.
yeah.
That would probably be helpful.
How was Brinter's group destroyed? In the vision you had.
Mercilessly.
They were all right. They were all brutally murdered by very, very terrible looking people coming out of a very, sinister portal of sorts. And I described the man. I assume it was a man, the humanoid figure. Murdering people very, very casually.
Did they burn it all?
Yes.
Because I would say we could take Lannery and have her fly over, and we could probably point it out that way.
Oh, we
Make it
could
a little
look
easier.
For the scorch marks. Oh, hey. Indeed. I like it. It's a plan. We have a plan. Do we have a plan? Hurry. Even I hate that one. All right.
But yeah, we could have Gabriel though check the handkerchief too to see what that's going
That was
to.
a good one.
No, it wasn't.
We're gonna have to remember that for later.
Okay.
Ortok takes mental note.
And feels secure in Ortok's mental note. That it will go away.
It will be forgotten.
So, the plan I'm gathering is
Go to bed.
go to bed, get
Yeah.
Lannery Storm on her way, and then and leave in the morning. That's the
Or
Yep.
whenever she gets there.
she was actually on her way back from Solaria
that's right.
anyway, because you had sent some of your acolytes up there, some of your hirelings, and she is on her way. For the sake of brevity, we'll say you have to wait about halfway through the next day,
Okay.
and unless you have any other business here in Gagari.
When we go down to bed,
Mhm.
I'm going to go down to my the shrine down there,
Uh-huh.
and I'll lay out incense and a vial of holy water that I keep on me, and lay it in the middle, start burning it all. and I will cast Commune.
Okay. All these spells. 1 second.
It's a spell heavy one, folks.
I will.
So anyway, I started Eldritch Blasting.
Eldritch Blast.
3 questions, yes or no?
Or unclear.
Is that one of the questions?
Yes, no, or maybe.
Okay. So, what
Is it
are
smaller than a
what
loaf of
are
bread?
your 3 questions?
Oh,
Well,
This has been
okay,
done.
What
first.
be your
First, before
questions
you-
3?
Before you start, you put the incense around the perimeter of your temple, putting the vial of holy water in the middle,
thank you.
and you hold on to your holy symbol for a second, and a glow emanates, connecting all of the various bits of incense and forms a lattice down into the bit of holy water, and almost like an image being conjured from the heavens, a small orb of light rises from the water and becomes this large, like maybe 2-3 foot wide sphere that hovers in the middle. And you've seen this in previous visions where oh my gosh, where
Waiting for her to show up at my house and give me whatever.
oh dude, that'd be like cartoon physics. I'd love it.
Just cut his hand through the side of the screen. Just
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
um,
Quantum cartoon technology. I love it.
yes. So the Queen of Light, represented by this orb, appears in front of you, and a voice just says, "What troubles you, Gabriel?"
my memories or visions of late and recent information has been keeping me from focusing. And I don't like to do this very often, but I would like to know, did Vilmir send my siblings to Oakhurst?
No, I don't. I do not see that.
Okay. And I don't know if you can see him or not, but the black dragon, from my memory, is he still alive?
He lives. Yes.
So, and did anyone from that attack survive and return to Solaria?
Yes. Some have. My power wanes here, Gabriel. Be well. And the light fades.
Just leans against the altar and goes, "Forgive my weakness." And he pushes away and starts regenerating.
Okay. So, you all head to bed. Gonna get a good night's rest. And throughout the course of the next day, prepare yourselves for your journey. Around noon, you guys head out, getting word from Captain Lannery Storm that she is landed and available on the outskirts of Gagari, traveling through the cave networks that you use to get outside. you find the familiar, the Animus, the ship that you have used many a time to get from here to there, along with Captain Lannery Storm, somehow crewless again. People are down.
What happened?
Oh no.
Everything was so good. My money's on that he accidentally pushed the button.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
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 Oh.
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 That was weird. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Hey.
Okay.
that is
So, Captain Lannery Storm crewless again somehow, but she lowers the gang or the rope ladder for you guys to climb up, and readily greets you all as you jump on board. It's noon, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so she has a drink in hand already, and she slaps each of you on the back as you come up. Says, it's good to see you all. Your friends were a little bit boring. They didn't appreciate my, the niceties of this ship. And she takes a big pull from her stein.
Is the ship any worse for wear? Now that she said that, Aaron glances around. Is the ship any worse for wear?
You look, and there's actually a couple railings that are like broken in a couple places, and there's a couple tears in the various sails. Not terrible damage, but it looks like it went through something.
They wouldn't know a good airship. It flew up their arse, and I'll just kind of. I'll try it. As I say it, I will take her cup, drink it, and put it back in her hand.
Hey, where can I get more of that? What you have right there.
There's 3-4 barrels of it in the hold.
Oh,
Help yourself. Help yourself.
I don't know what they had a problem with here.
And then I go down and I get just some ale
All right.
or whatever's in the barrels.
It's like kind of Oktoberfesty kind of darker ale. And it's good stuff.
Coach Lannery, I've never experienced this before. Where did you get such a thing?
Well, you see, Solaria, they've been doing some weird stuff lately, and of course that means more workers and more ale. So it's all about the craft ale nowadays. You just know
The
that.
craft it. What does that even mean?
It's small batches, and
why would you brew a small batch of ale by the
So-
time you get through it?
it's fancy, so it's more flavor, different things. You'll get used to it. And
I mean, I love it. I just don't understand the business model.
Lannery Storm, man, if we come back and her jacket is like flannel,
Flannel.
she slowly starts becoming a hipster.
It's a beanie.
Yep.
Captain
She,
Lannery Storm.
She grabs her
Yes.
hat off of the main steering wheel, flips it up into the air, and squashes it on top of her head. She smiles with her one golden tooth just gleaming in the sunlight, and says, "All right, where we be
Right.
going?"
Not quite sure.
Well,
I mean, I like going with the wind just as much as the next person, but it'd be nice to know.
The Wretched Grove, right? General direction.
Oh,
The Wretched Grove, yeah, more or less.
fun. That takes us, around Morgard. That'll be fun. Yeah, great.
looking forward to it. So
be
looking
tons of fun.
forward to it.
I lean over to Aaron.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, off we go then. And she gets up to the sails and starts shouting commands and just kind of expecting you guys to remember how things work. And it takes you a second, but you like, oh shit, and then you gotta go out and lower various sails and tighten various ropes and things, and eventually
Excellent.
the ship lurches off of the ground and starts sailing in the direction of the Wretched Grove. The captain will periodically walk around, go towards like maybe one of the broken things and just like poke at it a little bit, and if a couple pieces like will break off in addition because it was still not held on quite well, and she just kind of shrugs like and keeps walking around. So I'm gonna say it's about a 4-day flight to get to the Wretched Grove. Do you guys have anything you want to be doing as the ship flies there?
More abyssal.
Okay. Why don't you give me 3 just intelligence checks?
Oh, easy. Like you want all 3 of them?
Yep.
17. Ooh, 15. 3.
Okay. That's pretty good.
You learned that many words in abyssal.
So I'm going to say that you're able to get to a point where you can decipher most of the abyssal alphabet, including the numbers, like, and given time, you're able to kind of use that phonetically to try and figure out like singular words here and there. You're not quite fluent, but if you were given enough time, you'd be able to decipher certain things.
My name is Ortok. Where's the bathroom? Say that in abyssal.
Yeah. Okay. Aaron or Atreus, are you guys doing anything with your 4 days of downtime?
I don't think I have any alchemy supplies. But does she have anything lying around where I can make like a potion or like anything?
It doesn't look like Lannery has much interest in trading alchemy supplies, so there's nothing real laying around for that. She has brewing supplies, but that's about it.
I'll try making a craft beer in that 4 days.
Can I assist? Because I've tried to do this. I know I'm doing
Absolutely, you have tried. So
Yeah.
and failed miserably.
Yeah,
I've tried.
what would be a good?
Or succeeded, depending on what you were making.
I made poison. Here, Aaron. This was supposed to be edible.
So, since it's a craft beer, it's more about the art of it. So we're going to make it we're going to make it a wisdom check. We're going to do 3 wisdom checks, but you get to do them at advantage because Ortok, the master brewer, is helping you.
Telling me
I
how
like
not
how
to
that
do it.
sounds.
I did that last time, and it was terrible. I almost threw up. Don't do that.
We got 2 11s and a 5, so I'm guessing it's not going to turn out much better.
So, even with Ortok's help, over the next few days, and you're trying to like get it to distill. You've got 4 days, so like you're trying to get it to distill a little faster than perhaps would be normal. And leaving out some of like you trying to like flavor it with some of the like fruit rations that Lannery has along, and whatnot, and you end up with just this basically like foul smelling like orange cidery kind of stuff that is just you open it up and like the lid on the underneath it has like fuzzy mold growing on it, and it's just kind of it's not good. You open it on the last day and just cough as soon as you smell the aroma coming off of it, and it's even worse than when Ortok attempted it.
I think I'm getting worse than this. I didn't think I could get much worse than this, but apparently I am.
Okay, so Gabriel or Aaron, you have 4 days of this journey of downtime. Either of you like to do anything?
Possibly. Imposter feat. I have a question on that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know much about it. At 13th level, you gain the ability to unerringly mimic another person's speech, writing, and behavior. I have to spend 3 hours studying the 3 components. My ruse is indiscernible to the casual observer, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Is that like, can I use that to create a library of impersonations? Or is that more of like a, bell curve of use?
Yeah, I just want to look at that's in the regular rogue feature list, right?
Indeed, page 97, good sir.
Oh, thank you.
On your left, you'll see an entirely impractical but cool-looking knife.
I mean, it doesn't give any sort of like time limit or anything like that on that. So, yes, I'd say if you spend that requisite time studying someone enough, you can build a small library of people you can uncannily impersonate.
Neato. It won't be perfect because, there's a thing called gender, but I would like to study the good captain if I can.
Study.
Might have to be a side. He knows me so well. Study. I'd like to study.
Okay. Sure. So over the next,
yeah.
few,
Without her knowing would be nice.
Okay.
Is kind of the point.
Yeah. Why don't you just make a stealth check for you? I know that you can barely roll lower than like a 20 or something for stealth, but why not?
Right. And my dice, I just realized my dice are in the other room. So let me just roll on here real quick. I'll just go grab them right here. 1 second.
Math rocks.
Math rocks.
Well, I want to ask Lannery something once we're done with going through this.
Okay.
Did you guys by chance see? Oh, go ahead.
You said there's 4 days.
4 days, correct? Yep.
Okay. It's a bit meta, but I happen to have 3 other companions. But it would be fun to just be able to be able to pick up at the drop of a hat. Again, without them knowing, just building a library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like since like it's easy enough to just observe someone and just like be casual about it, and you're around them a ton anyways. Just for the sake of Lannery, give me that stealth check. But for the rest of your friends, I'm gonna say, that's easy enough to do.
Cool. Sure. It's a 2, which automatically bumps to a 10, so 24. Rogues are broken, man.
So insane. Okay, so
I wasn't stealthy, but I feel like being stealthy, so I'm just gonna be stealthy.
So yeah, you spend the requisite time to observe all of your friends and also Captain Lannery Storm and memorize their mannerisms and various things to be able to impersonate them nearly perfectly. And Yeah, it
Talk, I
yeah.
can tell.
uh, yeah.
Almost catches me trying on her bra. No.
Just
Is this yours?
this is I'm all right.
Vern's what you'd call a method actor.
Method actor. Can
God.
I have your It's important. It's important. Mm.
It's,
I'm making a double
it's to
barrel
save the world, damn it.
Okay. So
A tinkerer that steals underwear.
Oh god.
oh god.
Cogs are turning, friends.
Yeah. All right. So whether you do that all in one day or space it out over the days, that's up to you. But it's only takes 3 hours, so for each person, so it's easy enough.
Cool.
So Gabriel, would you like to do anything over the next 4 days?
Take the handkerchief Aaron gave me. I'm gonna sit down, look around, and cast scrying.
On the handkerchief, or what?
Using it as a focus to target whoever the owner was.
Ah, got it.
Yep.
Dice. It's a wisdom saving throw.
It is a wisdom saving throw, and he has a. I've heard of the target, so he gets +5 to the roll, but I have a possession of his, so he gets -4, so he gets +1.
Okay. Well, what's the wisdom?
His wisdom save of 18.
16.
Fail.
Your vision fades away from you, and it feels like your sensor, your arcane eye, is being pulled through tons of clouds, and suddenly zooms down towards an alpine forest. You see a large white wolf, and it's right now just curled up under a rocky outcropping. It lies there with its eyes barely kind of open, just casually observing the area around it, the rocky outcropping, observing like a small cliff drop off, and it's a beautiful view out into what appears to be the mountains.
Okay.
The creature lies there for the full duration of your scrying. It looks around and its ears perk up at various noises, but otherwise nothing too substantial happens.
Okay.
And then after the time of the scry ends, and your image vanishes.
I'm assuming that's not the shape of the forest we're flying over.
This looked like an alpine forest. It's
Yep.
all pine trees, and there's a little like touches of snow on the ground here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, where did we meet him before?
In the mountains of Gagari, on your way towards
So he's probably
that
around
Order
Gagari.
stronghold.
Would I gather that he's probably around Gagari based on what I saw?
You saw these alpine mountains. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right, that's the fun. Just for the funsies of it. I'm gonna take out my ivory sticks, and I'm gonna start casting. Or does that work that way? 1 second.
Okay. Did you mention, does she have other crew?
She does not. You are the crew.
Great. Great.
Always.
All right, so
Always.
Mitch, I'm trying to see if this will work. It's up to you.
Uh-huh.
It's,
These are my
find-
favorite scenarios.
it's all of them. But
You casting find the path.
yeah, I want to know if this would work or not, because the spell allows you to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specific fixed location that you are familiar with on the same plane of existence. Well, I guess I'll cast find the path on that rocky outcropping he was in, since I'm familiar with it because I literally saw it.
Sure.
Through scrying, which I'll take up my ivory sticks and throw them on the ground and be like, cast find the path.
Ivory sticks shiver on the ground and float up into the air and spin and make an arrow pointing the opposite direction from where you're going currently, straight back towards the mountains.
Doing this on the top deck.
It's just
Ortok comes up with a beer, sees what's going on, walks back below deck.
just looks, watches him go back down and go, Ortok.
If you're doing magic shit, that just looks strange. I'm very what?
Would you say you have issues getting close enough to flying things?
I mean, if it's above,
fight.
yeah, I'm not about to go flying.
I go, wait here. We'll just stand here 1 minute.
I can jump pretty good though.
But you can't fly. And then I'll be like, I'll just say, like, don't be alarmed. He's a friend. And I will
Sorry, what?
And I will start casting Conjure Celestial.
Okay.
And after a minute, the portal opens, and out from it comes a winged bull.
He's gonna start heading for the stairs again. It's like,
Alrighty, I need another one of these if we're gonna do this today.
So then he lands on the winged bull. Is a white.
Yeah,
bull.
it's huge. So it's like
It's considered large.
it is an enormous bull, probably the largest bull-like creature you've ever seen, but with celestial, like angelic wings coming out of its back.
Is Lannerly still casually driving the ship?
she's piloting, and she's like, "What the heck? You turning my ship into a farm? This isn't a zoo."
1 second. Let's see
What's
if
a
it can
zoo?
speak. Then
So I see the bull, and the bull has wings. That's weird. But also, why is it on a ship that already flies?
I just wanted you to know that you had a friend that could take you to things that you can't reach.
Oh.
You can ride
Ortok's
him.
just picturing himself riding a flying bull with a sword of lightning through the sky. Just spaces out for like a little bit too long. Probably drops his beer.
He also can fight pretty well by himself on top of it all.
Oh. This.
I wonder
can
where
get
Aaron
behind
is for all
this.
this.
Well, he stays around for Oh, come on.
Maybe we have 26 days left in the month of nights.
It
How many of
lasts
those
for
days?
an hour.
Oh.
Oh. So I have a question though. What is his name?
I ask him in Celestial what his name is.
DM, what's his name?
Things you're expected to answer.
No.
What is the name of this flying magical bull? All right.
While Mitch thinks of it, Aaron comes up from below deck, also having a beer. Also having a beer, because why not? He just looks at it and goes, holy cow.
Ting!
Kipper, why do you have a big dent in your forehead? Nobody react to what I'm
It
about to
says
say.
that
But
it says that its name is Alaster.
Last.
Wow, you even made it thematic. Good for you.
wow.
As I write Alaster the bull in my notes.
And now I summon a Pegasus and a winged lion.
Oh my god.
We place bets on who's going to win. Like,
Oh god.
Okay.
did you
so-
just start a celestial animal fighting pit? Is that what's happening?
One at a time.
Ortok thinks of that and how cool it would be at the Alamo while people drink. Yes.
Mhm.
Celestial
Gary
fighting
just beats
pit.
them all up.
I wouldn't put Gary in the middle of that. What is
No,
wong with you?
Gary's
Yeah.
the bouncer, man.
So he would just clean up the scraps. Yeah.
It's like the rodeo clown that runs around. It's a fighting
okay.
ring, casual fighting ring.
Casual fighting ring. It was in that one fake bar.
So
Is there
it
anything
takes
else?
a little.
Oh,
I'll say to Ortok, like, it takes a little bit to cast, so I might want a little foresight.
Weird. That's, I mean, fine. Whenever, I'm totally fine with Alaster to whatever. Is it him or is it her?
Is it a boy? It's probably.
Well, bull is usually.
We
bull,
go
right?
and
It's
examine.
a bull. Yeah.
Look at the balls on this son of a bitch.
Not sure.
Hmm.
So yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do? Last couple days here. No. Okay.
I just want to ask Lannery about the weird stuff in Solaria. She was mentioned as we were getting on.
Oh, the shipyards are working 110%. Its ships are being built, big ones. Nothing I've ever seen before. Resources are being used up like crazy, so workers are being pulled in from the slums, and it seems like a great little renaissance going on. And well, it's good for business. Lots of ale to sell, and
Did you
It's
get
just-
any word of what they're building up for?
that I can't say. I just know that what's visible. The shipyards look hustling and bustling for sure.
You only build ships like that for one reason.
Is that
Because we heard that they were.
increase in tourism?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
I'll describe to her the Dauntless from my memory,
Uh-huh.
and I'll ask do the ships look like that?
Yeah, but a second row guns are of ballistas.
Shit.
But these are big.
Because we heard there was something weird. There's a cat walking across the screen.
There's
It's an eldritch tentacle. No.
That's what it looks like.
She is, yes. Oh, she looks so much bigger over here. I pull her over here. And she's
Dickhead.
a wee thing. Yes.
Aw.
Wow.
We can
Is
get the meows now with
Yeah,
your new
I-
mic.
Oh. Oh.
That's right.
Oh,
Yep,
she's doing the
just-
thing.
All that.
Stay away. No.
This is the perfect distance for you. I must be touching.
Oh, there she goes. Okay. She'll be
No,
back.
stick around.
Always come back.
Um,
So, anyways, we were attacked by another giant tentacly thing on the ship. Got it.
Cool.
So Lannery,
Mm.
I am just gonna go out on a guess and say that the ships are not used for tourism.
that one's with gun ports.
Do you know why are they planning on attacking Morgoth by themselves? That seems like a suicide mission, even with ships.
I don't know. The government seems very quiet about their plans. It's just they're just employing a lot of people, so they're not really asking that many questions.
He's gotta know.
Did we hear something that they have like this dispute with the Bolton Stronghold?
You did hear about that. Apparently, Archmage Olun, the Lady Ambassador, was kicked out of the Bolton Stronghold and her negotiations with them. And you had heard from the King of Gagari that it had something to do with a perceived attack on Oakhurst.
So
Yeah, I wonder if they're building up to go against them for some reason.
Let's start a war. And right in the middle of both of us, let's have another war that we're fighting.
am I familiar at all with Oakhurst?
You know of its existence. You've never been there.
Okay.
You know, it's just like a
Township.
provincial town. Yeah.
On one of these nights, because I can't. That is not the right spell. Oh, I thought you could cast that on a location. Oh, you can.
Fireball? Yeah, you can cast that on anything.
Flame strike. Here we go. I haven't been there though.
Yeah, you have not been there.
Would you
I would
me
like
to tell
to-
about it.
Cast on this evening, like the second evening in, I'd like to cast scrying on Vilmir's workshop, the inside if possible.
Sure. Your vision clouds again. Your eyes thrust through the cloudy sky, and it rockets down towards Solaria, entering a building. This building of mechanically inclined with cogs turning in various locations, and steamy pipes routing different chemicals and things through the rafters. Your vision settles upon not the storefront, but the workshop in back. And you look around, and the scrying, like, gives you a limited vision, so you're only seeing, like, one side of his workshop. But you do see that the place looks like it's been torn up. There's, like... Normally he had, like, sheets of paper and scrolls, like, everywhere with different designs on it. There's shredded paper, like, everywhere. And the scrolls that would normally be around are gone. Various tools seem missing. There's, some of the windows appear broken. And, it looks as though while it's definitely damaged, that's nobody's been here in a couple of weeks probably. There's dust accumulating and cobwebs in the corners.
Okay.
No movement throughout the duration of your scrying, and then your vision fades.
I'd like to recast and target Vilmir.
Okay. Your scrying eye seems to encounter a very powerful magical barrier as you are unable to scry on him.
Okay.
What that feels like.
Just
Like hitting your head on something. Right.
Car crash.
Scry deny.
Yeah. Counterspell. Okay.
All right.
I will burn my 6th level spell slot that night,
Mhm.
and to cast Scrying again. And I will try and scry on the woman from my dream.
Okay. 10.
No.
This time, there's no travel involved in the scry. Your
Lannery. No.
your eyes go dark. And your vision suddenly focuses. Your location appears strange, as there's lots of like ragged looking stone around. It's relatively dark, and there is a set of pillars behind the figure that you're looking at, and a doorway. The figure is this plate golden armored construct, much like yourself, that sits standing near motionless at the entrance to whatever you're looking at. Your vision is too tight to see the entirety of this this room or door or entryway. All you know is that these kind of ancient looking pillars are supporting the exterior here, and the door is left slightly ajar. The being of clearly Solarian construction, with its blue eyes behind like a helmet that has like a blackness within, when the eyes kind of just shift around within the darkness, and a blue crystal set into the chest. The being just twitches for a second, looks around, and then looks directly at you.
Shit. Okay.
And the being puts out its hand and goes and actually puts its hand around your sensor that you've created, and you feel this like power like coursing into your sensor, and you hear this shattering sound, and your vision returns to normal.
Murder.
So,
What?
Any of us around for that? Or have you just been like
watching?
Oh, I was like on one of the nights, like just before bedtime type of deal is when I was casting.
Oh, gotcha.
If anyone is around for it, that's okay.
Okay. So,
For
We'll
like
say-
an hour after that, he's like pacing back and forth.
Okay. So with all of your various personal activities completed, on the morning of that last fourth day, you have all gathered for breakfast in the morning. All of you have taken various turns, like piloting the ship and at night and making sure you have a nice, smooth journey. And all of you are at the kind of the galley table and having a decent morning. And then one of the doors, Atreus, your door, the room that you had been staying in, the cracks around the edges of your door light up with a golden light. And the door creaks open. And behind the door, you don't see your room anymore. It's like this black abyss with like floating rocks just kind of like out in this like starry black abyss. And a man walks out. He walks out of the of this abyss, like kind of stepping off of these couple floating rocks, and slams the door behind him. This man he's clearly pretty old. He's got a big bald spot on top, and his white hair that's in kind of a ring around his head is long and wispy, to the point where he should probably just go bald at some point. It's not fashionable at all. He's got a couple liver
Give
spots.
it up, old man.
He's got a couple liver spots on his head, and has kind of a scraggly beard. He wears these probably once nice, but now kind of tattered, bluish robes, and around his belt and his waist, there's an inordinate amount of items. There's like rabbit's feet and a couple what appear to be like little flasks filled with various like pulverized solids, and he's like a couple what appear to be like several wands just stuffed into his belt. He's got many rings on his various fingers, and a monocle absent-mindedly dangles from over the top of his ear. And he gets out, closes the door behind him, and looks to all of you sitting at the table. He just looks a little agitated. He gets up and finally finds his monocle and stuffs it in his eye. And he says, "Oh, yes, I made it. Of course, yes. No, you. No." And he walks up towards the table and like starts examining each one of you. He gets up to Aaron and he like tries to like reach for he reaches for Aaron's like head. What do you do, Aaron?
I mean, I grab his wrist. Like,
And he, like you
See
grab
what
his
happens.
like he's too old to have like good reflexes, so you just like grab him on his wrist, and he's like, nope, reflexes too good. Nope, it can't be you. And he walks around towards Ortok, and
You can stop right there. Actually, it's fine.
oh no, too stubborn. Definitely can't be him.
All right.
And he walks up towards Gabriel and says, definitely no, can't. Oh, too metallic. No, and he walks up towards Atreus and he goes, you're the yes, you're the one from my dreams. Yes, here I am. And he like goes to inspect you, like he goes to like grab your head. Like, what do you do?
Can I give him like a little zap?
Sure.
I guess, to like
Static shock.
shoo him away.
Sure.
Oh
like,
yeah, he might kill him.
you kind of
that's chain lightning.
You
We wrap him up and throw him off the ship
you like
to the wretched grove.
you tense and like generate like a small static electricity, and he goes to like grab you, and as soon as he touches you, like a little electric shock like hits him in the hand. He's like, ah, ooh, I knew that would happen. Yes. So, wait, something's wrong. Something's wrong, very wrong. You.
Yes,
And he
you
points
stumble
towards
on
Ortok, and he goes, you. Drink this, and he puts down on the ground this little vial of liquid. It's like this weird, like kind of like reddish liquid that's in a vial with like a small cork on top. Drink this.
I take it and I open the cork and I smell it.
And with your apprehension, he says, "Drink it! Drink it now!
What is it?
Drink it, or you might die this evening."
We got some time. You can explain what it is.
It's like, oh, I think we're okay. What is it?
It's good for you. It's essential oils.
We don't
How
have any money.
essential.
What does it smell like?
It smells like lavender and cucumber.
It smells harmless.
I drink it.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, come on.
Um, you get +1 to your wisdom score for the next 12 hours.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes. You feel much better. Of course. And then he goes around. He quick like yanks a rabbit's foot off of his belt, and he rubs it real quick. He says, "Ah, good." And then he grabs this like vial of salt off of his belt, pours a bit into his hand, and chucks it over his shoulder. He says, "Do you have any ladders on board? Ladders. I need ladders."
The-
Rope ladders.
Sure.
Ooh.
Wait.
Okay. Someone on board needs to walk under the ladder within the next 12 hours. Then things will be fine. Things will be perfectly fine. But you, though, you're the one from my dreams. He points at Atreus. You're the one from my dreams. I knew it. I saw you coming. But I came to you, but I saw you coming.
Anyone else in this room, but I'm very lost.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
So what is
Well,
it?
where did you come from? Yeah. What is your name?
Oh, I came from my treehouse.
Tree. Okay.
It connects
makes sense.
to all great doors in the universe. But officially, and he stands up a little bit straighter and dusts himself off. I am from the Third Eye Investigators Group, and he holds up this like kind of ramshackle-looking badge with like basically a depiction of a face, but with a third eye that looks a little bit more stylized on the forehead. And he closes it up and puts it into one of his pockets within his robe. And he says, "I've been investigating some paranormal activity in the area, and I was trying to find where it was coming from, and it led me to you." And he points at Atreus. "I saw you in my dreams. You're the one. You know something about ghosts."
You're not wrong.
Where's that ladder? We should find a ladder.
We are professionals. So professionals do need to get paid for their expertise. Trace spent a lot. He gave quite a bit to know what he does.
Yeah.
What, like a couple silver?
Couple lives, really. Steep price, friend.
Yeah, we all got about 11 of those anyway, right? You go through 11 or 10 almost deaths before you die the 11th time. Don't ask. It's a strange idea. And he goes to, like, step forward, but then he looks down and is like, "Ah!" And he notices there's like cracks in between the floorboards, and he's very careful to not step on any of the cracks. He's like clearly stepping on each of the floorboards individually, and walks around, kind of skittish.
So, this third eye investigators group, your name and your title, please.
I am Caecilius Kamar. Pleasure to meet you. I am the head of the Third Eye Investigators Group, yes.
You're in charge of it.
I'm one of its senior members.
That's,
How many members?
It's me and he's like, there's 4.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Cody rolls. How do you spell that?
19.
I will send you the thing. It is Kae Kaecilius.
Okay.
Caecilius.
Caecilius. So you're mentioning we're going to be in trouble later. How do you know or see this?
I see with my third eye. In my dreams, they come to me in my sleep, or in the day. Well, more in my sleep.
So what did you see happening to us this evening?
Dangerous things. Well, that's not why I'm here. This isn't a free tarot card reading. And he goes up to you and attempts to slam your head into the table.
I rolled 19 on my insight.
Atreus, make a dexterity saving throw. You get the sense that there are 4, but he does not know who they are.
I got a 17.
17? You can't react fast enough as he manages to get his hand behind your head and slams it into the table. And he goes, "Oh. I'm sorry. I thought you didn't care about solid things."
That he wouldn't.
It's not how
But,
this works. That's not how any of this works. You have to kill him first. Obviously. God.
Oh, that complicates things. Here, drink this. And he puts a vial of something on the table.
I'm going to pass.
Miss. You had a dream. What happened in your dream, and why did it move you to come to see us?
The dream, I didn't care if anything happened, honestly. It was just that, I was interested in this ghostial paranormal activity. It's very strange. Ghosts don't usually stick around very long, and I was just interested in your compatriot here. He was the one, you see, the one in my dreams, yes.
What was I doing in your dream?
You were passing through solid objects and entering people's bodies and controlling them, and, well, normally we deal with these things very abruptly. But in this case, what the heck is up with you? You're supposed to pass through that. Not
You'll
gonna drink
also
this?
know-
Fine. And he puts the vial back onto his belt.
Well, yeah, I guess I was a ghost. Shifted back.
Atreus, have you heard of anything called it's a type of career you see called consulting, where you pretty much just say whatever you want and they pay you for it.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Anyway, continue.
You can hear everything. I'm just saying, you obviously want information, and you obviously want your money. Those wands are quite expensive. So you must have some.
He like turns over his shoulder as if he's talking to someone,
Sure.
but there's nobody there, and he's like, what do you think? No, that's a terrible
I cast detect magic.
idea. You cast detect magic. A couple items on him glow.
Suddenly, Pelor, the sun god, is standing there.
Can,
There's a
can I
couple-
use a?
There's a couple items like glowing on him, but otherwise there's nothing in the room that seems magical.
When he's talking to nobody, I'll use minor illusion to like whisper in his ear, give him all the money.
Make a deception check.
It's the spirit.
Here we go.
Very
Ooh,
nice.
natural 20.
Oh,
No way, I got a natural 1.
oh.
He's like, wait, what? No. But, fine. If it gets us what we want. Oh. And he slams down a sack of money. He's not sure what's all in it, but he slams down a sack onto the table.
Okay.
And he
So-
says, fine, here it is. Now, information. Need information. And he takes out a book and quill out of his robe pocket, and it floats up into the air, and a quill just hovers up into the air and sets itself on the page. He says, make sure you get all of it down. Anyway, tell me about your paranormal experience.
Well, I guess I don't even know what you're looking for here. Like
Everything, anything.
seems strange. You were able to find us, but you don't know anything about this.
Or
Continue.
Atreus twice dead.
Does he seem interested in this for nefarious reasons?
Make an insight check.
Speaking of nefarious reasons, how much money did he just hand us?
24.
You go inside there, and he handed you about 267 gold.
Woo.
Gabriel,
good
what did
round
you
number.
roll?
24.
24. You get the sense that he is probably just mildly insane.
I kind of figured.
Any nefarious reasons? Probably not. He's insane, but there is a strand, like a very small strand of genius as well running through this man. You get the sense that he is all like his decorum shows that he is onto something, but for all the wrong reasons. That this kind of like highly superstitious person that might have something powerful going on with them, but they've muddled whatever they've got into oblivion from how much other baggage they've got going on.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll start the story about, we met up and I got struck by the imp. I was given a chance,
Sure.
to keep carrying on my duties. But I was a ghost.
And he seems way more interested, like less about the narrative story and more about the things you could do. And then, like, every time you say something, he's like, yes, that matches up. Mark that down. And he is like, also seems to be top. He talks to like every item he owns, if at all possible. So he talks to this like floating magical journal that seems to be able to record things on its own. He more or less like doesn't care. Like he's just like, yeah, and this time I like saved my friends by doing this or this, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. Who cares about your friends? And then he's just like, just wants to know about like the time you controlled someone's body or whatever.
Aaron bristles at the thought of dismissal, and slyly slides in. Oh, Idris, I know it's embarrassing to talk about, but it is quite important that he knows that as when you were a ghost, you still had to piss, and your piss was a healing potion every time. Pissed healing liquid. It was the strangest thing. Very important to know.
You
Too bad you're not
awoken
still a
something
ghost.
in Aaron is very strange.
Interesting. Well, anything else you can
Well,
think of?
When you were talking, you said this matches up to what?
My dreams. You're the one from my dreams. They match.
So you just been watching me, like
not
the scenes
me.
I'm.
They get sent to me from beyond.
So what's your interest in all this?
To make sure
Like
I'm
what-
not mad. I'm not mad if they match up. If they don't match up, then I'm mad.
It can't
So
really argue.
you're just trying to prove it to yourself, or
Hmm.
what's the goal here?
The goal is to what? Wait. No, rub this. And he throws onto the table one of the rabbit's feet. He puts it onto the table.
Patriots, do it.
Do it.
I'll start fiercely rubbing it,
Good.
just staring him dead in the eyes, and rubbing it as fast as I can.
Good.
Makes eye contact.
Well, leave some for the rest of us. Jeez. And he puts it into his belt again. Okay, good. That means you're safe. You're safe for now. Good. Okay. I hope these continue. I hope you continue. This is good. Uh-oh. Okay. Now the awkward part where I say goodbye, and he walks towards the door from whence he came.
I'll use minor illusion on one of his steps to put a crack where he stepped.
He steps right on it, and he goes, ah! I'm sorry, Mother, wherever you are.
Gosh, we didn't run under the ladder. Cause Melius, we need to find a ladder.
Ladder. I have a ladder. I have a ladder at home. Just you walk under a ladder on your own time. And he walks towards the door, opens it up into that blackish void, and slams the door.
What was that about?
I don't know. We
Just
got some
gonna
gold.
ask.
Yeah, how much? We got 200 gold. 200.
267 gold.
Okay, cool.
Well, Atreus, some very old man is constantly having dreams about you. That's what I learned today.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I just keep laughing at this crazy guy just grabbing the back of this dragon's head and smashing it into the table. Bam!
Oh, your head was supposed to go through that.
Like, and funny if he
And he
had
tried to kill
the
him.
table.
Oh
Oh,
god.
your head went through it.
Ooh. Yeah.
He's a ghost. Talk makes mini ghosts.
You know what? We should have Gabriel scry on him, and then get some elaborate pranks going here.
Oh man.
I have the sending spell. This voice is in his head all the time.
Dear. Oh
Or
no.
yeah, when you use the sending stone, does the sound just emit like right from the stone, or is it who's ever holding it can only hear it?
The stones emit the sound. It's like a telephono.
But my spell, only they can hear.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
spell is in your head, yeah.
I just pictured like taping a sending stone to his head or just shoving it anywhere on him and just talking into it every once in a while.
We could cover it in a rabbit's.
Okay. Your morning sufficiently disrupted. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to go over and make sure that he actually left.
Sure. You search.
The door.
You search the ship, which it's not the largest ship, so it's a quick search, and you are unable to find him.
Okay. On my search of the ship with detect magic up, does anything goofy come up on radar?
Nope. Just the
Normal flying
just the
stuff.
levitation orbs that suspend the ship in the air, and all the magic items you own. That's it.
Alrighty.
Okay. This is the final day as you guys look over the bow of the ship. You see approaching near the horizon the wretched grove, and you've long since left the ocean that's would be on your right, and had successfully stayed far enough away from Moragard to not really have it bother you. Everyone make a perception check.
Ooh, let's perceive.
Woo!
23.
23.
4.
Oh yeah.
8.
Coming in clutch.
16.
Okay. So the rest of you, other than Gabriel, are a little bit more focused on other things. But Gabriel, since you've traveled through this area, you had to pass through the Forgotten, or not, the Wretched Grove to get down to where you were. You notice something strange about it. It appears like there are large blackish swaths that are cut into the forests, and they start wide, that are wide off to your left, and get thinner and thinner as they go off to the right, or off to the east.
Okay.
And then you look not quite on the horizon, a little bit closer than that. You notice that there is a couple plumes of smoke coming up from the forest, somewhere in there. Somewhere in the forest, there's a couple plumes of smoke.
Are they widely dispersed, or is it localized?
They're pretty localized. There's just a couple plumes of smoke that are close together, but far enough apart that you can tell them apart.
All right.
Is it like a bigger fire or like a little campfire smoke cloud?
It's
Plumes?
definitely like the remnant of a bigger fire.
Okay.
All right. I go. Is anyone else seeing this? And I point out the decay and the smokestacks.
Sure. So the rest of you, you definitely notice once it's pointed out to you that you see the smoke and see kind of the blackish decay of the forest here.
Does this kind of match what you were seeing, Aaron?
Well, I was the vision was in the thick of everything, but definitely,
Okay.
it's definitely charring, and because of the shape of the charring, that they're like wide, kind of a wide thing that tapers. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Like conical.
It kind of like
Yeah.
zigzags back and forth a little bit. So it starts wide off in the west, and then gets thinner and kind of wanders its way to the east.
Oh.
Right. You could perhaps safely assume that widest, if we follow this and find the widest part, it is most likely the origin of that portal. Or whatever invasion, terrible thing happened here. Henry, can you take us that way and I'll point? If I'm driving, I'll take us that way.
She obliges. She's like, all right, and she turns the ship, and you start heading in the direction towards the base of this scar on the earth.
Does anyone have anything of this Brynthir? Something that belonged to him?
Yeah, I do.
I have some scrolls.
Yeah, I have a Feywild book that was probably not mine. Probably would have helped us actually in the Feywild now that I'm seeing it.
We all just give him a flat stare. Just
Yeah, I've got this book about the Feywild. I think it belongs to Brynthir.
Well, that would have been a big. Yeah, we didn't want any spoilers.
I need a drink.
Just hear a
Okay,
voice.
I'm
There's
fine.
plenty in the hold.
All right, I'll take the book. I will sit down with it, and because I saw like the shape of Brynthir, right?
You
When it came
saw
out of the
the shape of him. You just didn't get the vision.
All right, I saw him, and I have something of his. I'm going to try and scry on him, whatever state he's in.
Right.
And he gets,
Scry.
like,
And the roll does not matter as your sensor appears, your vision goes into it, and you're staring immediately at a glowing orb made out of vines.
balls.
Kind of rattling around in some container, some kind. Someone's pack or something.
Because I can't really see anything but the sensor, I'll vote. Aaron, could you take this orb out and hold it up?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, you take it out. You see a hand reaches for it, pulls it up. You get this kind of like fisheye lens version of Aaron's face, like in your vision.
Okay, then I drop the spell. Great. That did not.
Wait,
go as
do you need this? What?
I just wanted to confirm something, but that didn't work, and I hand the book back to Ortok.
Thank
ship-
you.
The ship is continuing towards the base of that blackness. And as you fly over this area, the burning, like smoky section gets closer and closer. And those of you that have flown over this location before, which all but one of you, Gabriel, you have not flown over this location.
Walk
You-
through it, though.
You've gone through it. You remember that there was a small town here, the town of Blackburn, a small, like pioneering kind of town that took root in this forest and was used for like an area for logging and for people that wanted to get out of larger cities and have a more simple life. And you notice that this is the place, the town, that is smoking. Flying over the top of it, you see several buildings, not all of them, have been burned totally to the ground. There are smoky remnants all the way on the kind of swampy floor, and parts of its makeshift wooden fort-like walls have been torn down in a couple places. Otherwise, like looking down at the town, you don't see any activity. There's no people walking about. No like forges being worked or people cutting wood or anything like that. It seems like a ghost town. What do you guys do?
Do I get that heebie-jeebie look from the... Does it look like it's necrotic on top of the burning? Like the rot?
Yes, it looks like the area around the town, some of the trees have shriveled. The ground actually appears wetter than the area around where the forest is healthy. You also get a faint like smell of decay coming off of the town and off of the kind of rotting ground. Yeah.
I will ritually cast detect magic, but while that's a 10-minute process, and while that's happening, I'll call it the Lenary. Lenary, could you get us close to the ground?
I could. You sure that's
all right with
wise?
everyone.
Sorry, guys. I'm dropping frames for a second, and this is kind of frustrating.
Not my sweet frames.
Yeah, my internet connection seems pooped.
A little jumpy.
It goes up and then down and up and then down. Getting better though. Oh, now it's worse. It goes from like 0 to like normal to 0 to anyway. That's just gonna be the way it is, I guess. Okay. So you're asking Captain Lannery Storm to get closer?
But I'll ask everyone else, is that all right with you guys?
It should be
Okay.
fine.
All right.
She turns the ship and starts a descending, spiraling pattern. And eventually finds its way further and further, closer and closer to the town of Blackburn. So, as you get closer, nothing about the town changes from your closer vision.
Does the ground light up? Because I want to like get down on a ladder, but not touch the ground, and I just want to look around with detect magic up.
Sure. You look at the ground and it's there's nothing magical about the ground, but there's definitely something not natural about the ground.
How close to the ground am I? Like right there? Or...
Yeah, if you took the ladder down, then you can be just like feet off the ground if you want.
Okay. I'll jump off.
Okay.
Be sure to go under the ladder at some point.
Yeah.
All right, you jump off, land on the ground. As you land on the ground, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
But there's no magic around. Is this magic?
Just make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm asking because of my my mantle of magic resistance.
No, it's not really magic.
Okay. 11.
11. Nothing really immediate happens, but you do feel physically weak, like you had just run a really long distance, and you feel worn out, and just kind of just feel tired as you touch the ground.
Gabriel, what's going on down there?
The land is very strange.
I'm coming down. I'll be down in a minute.
And then we can take the ladder and not jump.
Okay. You get down there. So you guys know, the airship is maybe like 50 feet outside of the walls. It's like the only clear area. The forest has been cut back because of logging, so there's like a 200-foot gap between the walls and where the rest of the forest starts.
And the walls have been like smashed in.
In a couple places. In the rest of the, let's say about 30% of it has been smashed down.
How far away are we from the walls?
About 50 feet.
Okay.
It's time to do some investigatory work. Let's head on in and see what we can do.
When I reach the ground, do I feel anything? Or
Nope, you touch the ground and you feel normal.
So slightly drunk.
still normal?
Captain Minory Storm just says, "I'll be waiting for you." She puts up her feet on to the edge of one of the banisters and just takes a big pull.
Okay. Try to find you a souvenir, I guess.
Big thumbs up.
Wink. Wink. Aaron will do a backflip and Buzz Lightyear wings, and I'll fly down.
All right.
All with style.
All right, flying down. As you get closer to the ground, the smell of it takes your nostrils, and you kind of get that like flaring smell in your nose, and it's not quite enough to like curl your nose hairs, but it is pretty foul. And as you step onto the ground and look down at it, you see